happy people. So today we're going to be making a Portabella Tuscan Portabella mushrooms, or Portabella Tuscan mushrooms. I don't know how I'm going to title this. But today we're going to try to do a Tuscan version of our Portabella mushrooms. So to get started here, I have my skillet here already with some grapeseed oil in it. So we're going to turn it on so it'll start heating there. And then of course the star of the show, our Portabella mushrooms. First off, this is a double batch of this recipe. You can scale this down or scale it up as you need. I'm doing this basically because I'm going to take it to a birthday potluck. Alright, so first we must cook our Portabella mushrooms. And we're going to fry them. So today I have in this bowl here, this is our chickpea fry batter. This is the chickpea original, and then we have in this bowl, this is the chickpea fry batter, just the dry, and again it is the original. So we have the wet and the dry batter. You can use both or individually, whichever you like. And then here we have our Alkaline Tuscan seasoning here, so we're going to add a little bit of that to our wet batter here. So I got about a tablespoon and a half there, and we're going to do about a tablespoon and a half there. I'm going to whisk this all in here. The chickpea fry batter is already seasoning with the original seasoning, so you don't need a lot of seasoning in this. You could just add just for extra flavor. And get that mixed in there. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so our portabellas are whole here. I have took out the stem there, so now we're just gonna dip these in the wet batter and then in the dry. Hopefully y'all can see that over there, over that skillet. Try to get my gills all covered there. And then I'm going to move on to our dry batter. For our grease to get hot here, or oil should I say. Alright, I think our oil is ready. We're going to tap off some of this flour. We don't want too much on there. Let that fry up there. I think it's ready. I said it was ready. I really don't know if it's ready. Alright, and that is it. Our mushrooms are all cooked up. They look so good. Look at them. They look so good. Alright, so our mushrooms all cooked up here. Now I need to get my saucepan, clean all this up. So I'll be right back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. I got my pan here. I have about 6 tablespoons of the oil that we did fry the mushrooms in this pan here. And we're going to start out with some onions here. I got about 2 medium onions here. We're going to saute these bad boys down. And I got about 2 medium red bell peppers here. You can use green because these suckers were high, like $2 a piece. So whatever color you can get for the cheaper price. Alright, we're just going to saute these down till they're nice and soft here. Onions are translucent. Alright, and while that is going, we are now going to mix our sauce. This is 2 cups of the mushroom broth. There is a video on that. I will try to link it at the end of this one. 2 cups of our mushroom broth. And I got our Tuscan seasoning here, so we're going to go with like 2 tablespoons. Alright, and then in this little bowl here, we got some oregano, thyme, annatto powder. This is cherry wood smoked sea salt here. We're going to add that. Mix that up. Get our slurry going there. Yeah. In this bowl here, I have about 6 tablespoons of brown spelt flour. You can use whatever flour you like. You can even use the chickpea fry powder if you want. We're going to whisk that all in. Alright, and we got our slurry ready to go. Waiting on our veggies to cook down here. Put the top on this to help them go ahead and cook down. Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, so our onions have softened up there. They're translucent and our bell peppers are getting soft. So now we're going to add our zucchini. This is 2 medium zucchinis. I kind of cut them like this. They aren't that small. We're going to add those and we're going to let those soften up a little bit too. You may need to add a little water with this to help your zucchini soften up, but I'm just going to put the top on it and let it cook here for about 5 minutes or so. Just letting the zucchini soften up. Alright, put the top back on it here. And while that is softening up, I will run the ingredients right here so y'all can see them. Alright, you guys, so our zucchini has started to cook down here. Don't want it to cook all the way, but just some, because we're still going to continue to cook this. So we just want to get it started. Get its juices releasing there. Alright, so now we're going to add, I have the minced not so garlic today. And if you don't have the mince, you can use the powder version too. That's not a problem. And what I should have put in there when I put in the zucchini was these mushroom pieces. These are just the stems that was from the mushrooms. I just chopped them up. You know, got to use every little part, get every dime out your product there. And I'm just going to stir this in. Oh, the minced not so garlic smells so good. Alright, so now we got some kale here. This is purple kale today. This is one whole bunch of purple kale. I basically just destemmed it. I didn't even cut it down that much there. We're just going to add this in here and wilt this down too. Anytime anything starts to burn or stick, just add a little broth or water, whatever you got. But usually the zucchini has enough water for you. Just gotta let it start releasing. Jump out the pot there. Alright, so we're going to cover this up and let our kale wilt down here for a couple of minutes. 3. Alright, so our kale has cooked down here for about 5 minutes. It looks so good, y'all. You could just eat it just like that. Look at that. It looks so good. Alright, so our kale has wilted down. Our veggies are all nice and soft here. So now, we're going to throw in our slurry here. Get this all mixed up, get our sauce all thick. I might need to add a little more sauce. It might not be enough. Alright, so now I got some dried tomatoes here. These are dried Romas. I dehydrated them myself. They are the slices. They are not the halves. I think there's no halves in there. But slices here, and I'm just going to kind of break up a few of these, some of these, and throw them in there. Give us a little more flavor. What's Tuscan without tomatoes? Might have to add a little more sauce. I think these tomatoes is going to suck some of that up. Oh yeah, definitely have to add a little more broth to this. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I got a little more broth. We're going to put another tablespoon and a half of the Tuscan seasoning. The more liquid you put, the more seasoning you need to put, because cups. Alright, we're just going to start with a little bit here, not too much. I don't want it to be too runny. But I don't need to be too thick. I need to cover all my mushrooms and everybody have a little juice there. Alright, so just cover this, let it simmer for a couple of minutes. You just want to get your tomatoes soft. You don't want them to be too hard. Alright, so while that's happening, I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff on the table here. Keep that. Alright, so look at that. Our sauce is all nice and thick there. So, now we are ready to plate this. Alright, so normally this would go in a casserole dish. I would layer this on the bottom and then put the mushrooms on top with a little bit of the Parmesan. But because I'm not going to really take this until like a few hours from now, I don't want the mushrooms to become completely soggy in the sauce. So I'm not going to put them together right now. But just for this video, I'm going to taste one. So, usually it is, like say, your sauce and vegetables on the bottom. And then a mushroom. And I don't even want to put a whole one on here. But we'll do this one. See that? Alright, so now I have, and I can turn this off completely. Here are Parmesan sprinkles, so we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on top. And we got some cilantro, that's always good to put on there. Just a few little pieces. Alright, so like that. So now, I'll give y'all a little taste test. on this. I can already tell you it's good. I can tell you it's good. Alright. A little zucchini. It's hot. A little kale there. Mushroom, cilantro. And some bell pepper in there. Give me bell pepper. Nope. Alright, a little bit. It's always good. It is always good. Alright. So there you have it, people. That's how you make your Tuscan mushrooms. Because I am going to take this later, if you're going straight from the eye to the table, you would be fine just throwing your mushrooms on top, sprinkling your Parmesan cheese and your cilantro on top. But since, like I say, I'm not, it's probably going to be pretty thick, so I'm going to add a little more broth to that to thin it out. Put it in a casserole dish, all that stuff. I'll take a picture when I get ready to take it. I'll have the pictures at the end here. But, like I said, that's pretty good. I don't need another bite. Season very well, but taste it before you take it to the table. Add more seasonings, whatever you like, until your soul say yes. That is good. Now I want to sit down and eat this one, and I might not eat with them. All of the ingredients here that you heard me say, the alkaline parmesan, the minced not so garlic, those things like that, they are at MrStayHappy.com. They are all alkaline products, so you can go and check that out at MrStayHappy.com. Of course, the description, it'll be right there. I mean, the name is right there, and it'll be in the description box, the link. Like, share, subscribe. You know, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, of course, subscribe so you can see all these alkaline dishes that we make with the substitutions and everything. So, like, because now you have another dish that is alkaline, and it is a Tuscan mushroom. You can actually take this, like I say, to potlucks, whatever. This is very nice, but very good. You can have this on a regular weekday. I would basically make this in ahead of time, like I am doing now, so that way you can just put it together later. What else was I gonna say? Like, share, subscribe. Oh, share, so other people will be able to see these awesome alkaline meals too. And I think that is it. All I have to say today. Until the next video, people, stay happy.
Stress.